G'day viewers, it's Michael here again and welcome back to Single Racer. And now I had an absolute ball racing with the channel Play Everything on the Sunday sub showdown held by Alex over at the Extra Mile this weekend just gone. But I soon learned very quickly that I picked the wrong car. Now this is my own fault of course, because I asked Alex could I please have the KTM crossbow. He made it available, but of course I mixed up my two terms where it's a fantastic power sliding car, and to be honest I did a lot of nice sliding on all four wheels in that car, but the moment I even just slightly touched the handbrake I spun around quicker than that metal top in the movie Inception. And so for me personally, there wasn't a lot of great footage in the sense that it was a hell of a lot of fun, but there were a lot of cars racing together and crashing out all over the place as we all bump into each other. It was a lot of fun, but just doesn't make for a good video, and you'll probably see that anyway in Alex's video if he does a video on it. And I'm in the mint green KTM, so I'm thereabouts somewhere, but I'm normally crashing out in the back and probably not even in the vision. So I thought I would come up with this idea instead. And the reason is fairly simple. I do say that of all the types of racing that you have within racing itself, sim racing, drifting is absolutely nowhere near my best sort of type of racing. So I wasn't very good, and you know, it just wouldn't make for a good replay, even though Alex was doing some amazing drifting all over the place. So I'm sure his video is going to be fantastic and I can't wait to see that. But how this came about was I was watching all the other channels, you know, check out all the sim racing channels, and the SIMPIT had Michi Hoyer doing a second video. The actual first video is on Michi Hoyer's channel, and where someone asked him or challenged him to try and beat a lap time done by the legendary SABINE SCHMITZ. Now if you don't know who SABINE SCHMITZ is, she's a regular on the original Top Gear, and she's also a Nürburgring or Nordschleife specialist in that she would take people out in these taxis you could hire. Now they might be taxis, but they were like Porsche GT3 cars or BMW cars, and you could hire her and she'd take you out on this incredible lap. An absolute legend. There's a video of her where she passes in a race using the Porsche 911 GT3, but she passes about 40 cars. Just extraordinary driver. But apparently she holds the record of 8:14.2. Now I couldn't verify this anywhere. It might be in that video where she passes the 40 cars, but I couldn't find necessarily the time. But Michi Hoyer and the SIMPIT both relate to that time, so maybe it's a record held by her that's listed somewhere, but you know, I was struggling to find that record, but I'm going to have an attempt. So this is not on the Nordschleife or the Nürburgring, but the actual combination called the endurance version of where both tracks are joined together. And you're welcome to have a shot yourself. Now she does it in a Porsche 911 GT3, but what's known as the VLN model. Now I'm not too familiar with what the VLN series is, and as far as I can tell, Assetto Corsa doesn't have that particular car in there, but so I still chose the Porsche 911 GT3, but I chose the R2 2016 model. Just it's close enough to the car she normally drives, so I thought I'd give it a go in that. So let's see how I do, and if I can get close to that 8:14. And if you feel like having a challenge, but this is a serious, I should say, full-on challenge, The car is not modified in any way. I don't change the gearing or anything. All I do is what I normally do in a hot lap, which is lower the fuel. So nothing else has been changed. I just lower the fuel for that 1 lap shootout, and let's see how we go. Now, I've noticed some people on other channels, they criticise someone if they only have the external camera replay, and some people criticise that if there's the external replay, why don't you do the in-car replay? So I'll have both for you, and what I'll do is I'll put the time in the description, so you can, if you like to have the challenge and have a go, and you look back at the video again to see, you know, maybe what gear I'm using at a particular corner, and you just want to skip to that video, I'll have a timing for both replay videos in the description, and you can just click on the time and jump straight to it. So this is Michael signing out. If you feel like having go at the challenge, by all means give it a go. I'd love to know how you do. But this is Michael signing out. I'll catch you next time. So see ya, and let's go racing.